Single Responsibility Principle or SRP is the first principle in solid design principles. By the name, it seems like it is suggesting that a class or a method should have a single responsibility or should do only one thing. But what do we mean by doing only one thing? Let's say we have a customer service with methods to create, update, retrieve, and delete a customer. Now there are two possibilities. Customer service is violating single responsibility principle because it is doing four different things, or it is perfectly following single responsibility principle since it is doing only one thing, managing customer. If it is violating single responsibility principle, then to fix it, you will have a separate class for each method and your entire codebase will be flooded with thousands of classes. And if it is not violating SRP, then theoretically, you can write your entire application in a single class called application, since it is doing only one thing, implementing the entire system. The actual problem here is we lack a clear definition of single responsibility or one thing. And this is where people often assume their own definition of single responsibility. That leads to debates during code reviews. Robert Martin, who introduced single responsibility principle, also provided definition for responsibility, and that is reason to change. According to Robert Martin, every software module should have one and only one reason to change. But what exactly is a reason to change? The keyword here is reason. To better understand single responsibility principle, we need to focus on what this principle is trying to achieve. It is basically trying to achieve high cohesion and low coupling. But what is cohesion and coupling? Let's say we have a simple e-commerce system with different modules: customer module, cart module, payment module, order module, etc. Coupling represents relationships between modules. Cohesion represents relationships between different components within a module. If a system is highly cohesive and loosely coupled, then it is considered as a pretty solid system, where boundaries between modules are clear. This system is highly maintainable, and chances of unintended ripple effects due to code changes are very slim. Software systems are built around business requirements. Behind every module, package, namespace, class, method, or a function, there is some business requirement or reason that defines its purpose. For example, the single reason behind payment module is to implement use cases related to payment. Every class, method, function under payment module should have something related to payment. Similarly, the single reason behind order module is to implement order related use cases. SRP actually revolves around reason. Customer module can be touched only for customer related reason, and order module can be touched only for order related reason. But this does not mean that you cannot change code in multiple modules or multiple places for some business requirement. Changing code is one thing. Following single reason to change is another thing. For example, to implement some new requirement, order module needs payment history, and currently payment module does not offer this functionality. Then you can add payment history in payment module and order module can call it. It will not violate SRP. The principle will only be violated if to keep changes in one module, you write payment history functionality under order module. Now in this case, order module will no longer have a single purpose or reason. It now have two reasons to change. It can be changed if there is some change in order, and it can also be changed if there is some change in payment history functionality. It is now violating single responsibility principle. Let's have another example. Let's say business wants to add a new payment method for their customers. At module level, we have a payment module. The only reason behind this module is payment management, and it can be touched only for that reason. Next we dive into module, and there are several classes like payment service, refund service, payment history service, payment stats service, etc. The only one reason behind payment service is to carry out payments. Since we want to change how payments are carried out by adding a new payment method, this change should be in this class. Let's dive into payment service. In payment service, we have two methods that needs to be updated: get available payment methods and process payment. At method level, both of them follow single responsibility principle. One is just returning available methods and other is just performing payments. At class level, we only changed payment processing related class. We follow single responsibility principle at different levels with different reason to change depending on the context, because we have different responsibilities at different levels. But we never violate the spirit behind SRP, high cohesion and low coupling. Let's have another example. Let's say we have a report manager class that is preparing and uploading reports to the cloud. Is our report manager following single responsibility principle? Well, if we don't have a definition of single responsibility, then we will stuck again. We can say that report manager is responsible for preparing and uploading reports and indeed following single responsibility principle. Or we can also say that every method should be wrapped in its own class. But if we follow only one reason to change analogy by Robert Martin, then we can clearly see this class has three reasons to change. It can be changed if customer report process is changed, or payment report process is changed, or order report process is changed. It is violating SRP. Besides that, the methods in this class are also violating SRP, since they are doing two things: preparation and upload. To fix this violation, we need to move preparation related code to their respective modules and rename report manager to report upload manager. That should only provide a generic method whose responsibility is to just upload a report on given path. Nothing else. We have removed all other reasons from this class. Now this class has only one reason to change: report upload. Single responsibility principle is not really a principle, but a guideline to achieve high cohesion and low coupling. We created concepts of methods, classes, packages, namespaces, modules, etc. to better manage our code so that we can develop systems faster, less buggy, and provide maximum value to our end users, and at the same time make it easier for our fellow developers to make sense of code base and to modify it without fear. Single responsibility principle helps us achieving that goal. I hope you like this video. If you do, please press that like button. It's a small thing for you, but it means a lot to me. It indicates me what type of videos you are interested in so that I can make more videos like that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.